Key Issue 1. Where are folk and popular leisure activities distributed?
Folk and popular culture have daily necessities such as shelter, food, and clothing, and leisure activities such as arts and recreation, but have their own unique ways and customs. Near Ganzi, Botswana, roots are being cooked.
Characteristics of folk and popular culture.
Origin. Folk versus popular. Folk. An anonymous hearth. Unknown sources, dates, and originators. Multiple hearths and isolated locations. Popular. In developed countries such as North America and Europe, known sources for its origin.
According to a Chinese legend, the first music was ever made in 2697 by banging together two baboon bulls.
Diffusion. Folk versus popular. Folk. Transmitted from one location to another slowly. It is a smaller scale and is primarily through migration. Popular. Transmitted from one location to another rapidly. It is a larger scale and is primarily through modern communication, such as social media.
Do you hear crickets?
Actually, now that you're saying that, yeah, I think I do. But anyway, speaking of crickets, did you know that cricket is one of the remaining folk sports left in the world and is primarily found in the UK?
Buddhist. Northern region. Paints figures such as saints and monks, which portray bizarre and terrifying, which resemble the inhospitable environment. Hindus. Southern region paints scenes which are domestic, representing harsh climate. Muslim. Western portion displays animate object to represent beautiful plants and flowers. Animists. For Myanmar and other places in Southeast Asia. Points, symbols, and designs from their religion.
Hey, did you know many sports originated as isolated folk customs? Then they diffused through migration of individuals?
Oh, is it kind of like in soccer where it originated in England in the 11th century and became a popular sport in the 19th century?
Yeah. That's why soccer is the most popular sport
in the world.
Key Issue 2. Where are folk and popular material culture distributed?
Women in Cusco, Peru wear traditional costumes to make money off tourists. There you go.
There, finally.
Food. Food preferences are strongly influenced by cultural traditions. An example is Baja California. They use salsa on many foods.
Taboos. Muslims in Arabian Peninsula are against eating pork because pigs are unsuited for the dry lands. Hindus in India are against consuming cattle because of environmental reasons. Hebrews are prohibited from eating a wide variety of food because of environmental reasons as well.
Cola preferences are influenced by the politics in Russia, and with the breakup of the Soviet Union and end of communism, cola was entered in Russian markets.
Wine production. Cultural and environmental. Although grapes can be grown in a wide variety of locations, the production of wine is based primarily on cultural values. Environmental. Wine derived from a vineyard, terrier unique combination of soil, climate, and other physical characteristics at the place where the grapes are grown.
Wine consumption is relatively high in California, where most of the U.S. production is concentrated, and beer consumption is relatively low there.
This is a Lower Chesapeake House. It is 1 story, 2 rooms wide, and it has a steep roof and chimney.
This is an example of an ivy house because it has a small garage and driveway and raised foundation. Behind me is a picket fence and is found mostly in the suburbs, and it's very thin and not strong.
Key issue 3. Why is access to folk and popular culture
Hey
unequal?
guys, did you guys know that 30% of all YouTube accounts are from the US, while most countries aren't even on YouTube?
Popular culture diffuses rapidly through social media.
Watching TV is by far the most leisure activity for Americans.
Electronic media can pose as a combination of external and internal threats to developing countries, such as riots and protesters.
Key issue 4. Why do folk and popular culture face sustainability challenges?
The Amish preserves their cultural identity by traveling by horse and buggy and continue to use their hand tools for farming.
Popular culture modifies the environment for leisure activities such as golf. They need to clear a large piece of land to build a course.
Modern game of golf originated as a folk custom in Scotland in the 15th century, then diffused to other countries in the 19th century.
Demand for the products of popular culture can cause pollution of the landscape and depletion of scarce resources.